So why care about movies and entertainment? Because these debates we're currently having involving politics, from gender roles to free speech, oppression, are all symptoms of an idea embedded and or nursed to fruition by these archetypal heroes and stories that we watched. Movies. Politics are and always will be downstream from culture because art pushes boundaries and these new ideas help shape the way we view the world around us. Think about it, from bashing the traditional American family in the 60s and 70s to destroying traditional healthy relationships in the 90s to now villainizing Western civilization entirely. Where do you think this new push will lead? Movies are something to pay attention to. They will predict the lifestyles and laws our children will be surrounded with. So, where are these new movies leading us? Let's find out. I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. For the sake of time, let's just jump into the hero's journey and how it's changed in recent years. Let's look at the original Star Wars, for instance. It follows perfectly the hero's journey laid out by Joseph Campbell in his book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces. You follow a central character through a coming-of-age tale to maximize and challenge his potential and become something greater than themselves and struggle and clash against evil. Does that sound very Jordan Peterson-esque? Well, it should. So now let's take a look at the new Star Wars The Last Jedi. Who is the hero? What did they learn? What did we learn? And more importantly, what were they struggling against? The difference? If you grew up on the first, this hero's path can apply to whatever you want. That journey will suit you for whatever field you decide to go into and whoever you actually are. The reason is it doesn't answer any questions for you. It's a story without explanation. Other than a fight against tyranny, its true meaning and characters are up for your interpretation. The new leftist propaganda Last Jedi lays it out clearly and blankly for you. There is no central character. There's nothing we learn except for the fact that we need to take orders. So what's the point? Rebel. Against what? The successful, these capitalists. Why? Because they're greedy and evil. We must also rebel against any societal norms and stereotypes. The patriarchal system is embedded in our culture and we must rise against it. And we need female leaders and people need to not be mavericks like Poe Dameron. Don't be a hero men should follow. And our heroes like Luke Skywalker are actually huge disappointments. Our traditions are outdated and we must destroy the past. Oh, and all white men are villains. It's a story for one specific set of ideas. There's a specific villain. There's a specific example of a hero. It answers every question, which means it's telling you who is and specifically how a hero is supposed to act. Honestly, just rewatch both of these and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And you see this playing out more and more in different movies. It's not just an objective hero's journey that we can all take a piece from. No, it's a walking out of a specific ideology that is deemed as the best way to live. Now, where is this going? Well, a few years ago, I would have said, don't worry about it, because at the end of the day, all the studios want is green. They want a movie and stories that make the most money. But now it seems that that has shifted. One of the things I guarantee is going to be the big shift in this next series of movies is gender roles. Not by creating interesting and dynamic, complex female characters, but by beating certain things over the head. Here's an example. So what's the push now? Men saving women is bad because it enforces a negative stereotype. Not taking into account that we all need to be saved sometimes, but take Black Panther, for example. He never really saves anyone. In particular, absolutely no female characters need help. His love interest is captured by warlords, and in the process of trying to rescue her, she breaks out, saves herself, and then chastises him for even thinking that he needed to help her. And the same theme is carried out throughout the movie, and I believe this is going to be a common theme of weakening heroes, not just male heroes, females alike, because you can't really save anyone because they all should be able to save themselves. More like a stance against the patriarchy as a whole. These stories used to be interpretable and up for debate and helpful in life, but now these stories have been hijacked for a specific agenda. And what is fictionalized in films becomes normalized and policies of the future. It frightens me to think that my daughter may feel like she has to act like a man to get respect, or that my son's first instinct should be to take a back seat, not be a leader, and not save anyone. Now, I'm not saying we should just not watch these certain movies. I can love movies that completely disagree with the way I view the world and what I think a true hero's journey should be. However, I think we should all be aware to what we're being shown, what it will do, and what can happen to society. And when movies that do have a great story and a great message, I hope we can all go out there and support it. Just a few things to pay attention to as this next list of summer blockbusters come rolling out. I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. If you haven't done it already, you can now download the Rebel Media app. That way you have access to the entire Rebel lineup and can take it with you wherever you go.